Yeah, I think that's quite reasonable. He does get one block out of it. I like this attack pretty well, and he's going to be able to follow up with a second scouting party. The main problem here is that, oh, okay, well, double
Yeah.
obelisk means he's probably got lethal next turn.
Oh, yeah.
That'll definitely get it done.
Yeah, we're going to see a board of 7/5/5 Yetis with Bruised by God at 22 health. Doesn't hit power this turn. Instead finds a no strix. That strategize reveals even more nothing, just more units. And yeah, Valkyrie Enforcer can come down and silence the Yeti, but this is not looking good for Bruised by God, at least from our perspective. From his perspective, he's got his opponent on a 2-turn clock, right? These Sheltering Riders are going to come in, take down batteries to 10 health. But
he'd be totally fine with the draws if he weren't dead. Yep. Just fortunately, that doesn't quite do it. He's got the double obelisks here. That's going to make just a pile of 5/5s.
30, yeah, 30 damage coming.
30 damage on stack, and there we go. That's round 2. Batteries picks one up.
Yeah, so that's the sideboard plan we were talking about, right? Go wide, go obelisk. That's what Huru can struggle against. Yeah, no power there means this backlash is going to be dead for a while. And now Jade Phoenix rips the obliterate off the top, so could clear away this Surso. False Fringe represents an okay double block on a unit, but instead takes out the Initiate and tries to set Ben Buford back on power, allowing the Surso to survive. I'm not sure I love that decision.
It's a pretty mean play. The main thing about it is that it does get Ben Buford down to 3 health, which means that he can't really attack progressively anymore. He basically has to play defensive for the rest of the game, and Jade is eventually going to get some flyers or an Ikaria, and once his own Sandstorm Titans are out of the picture, like, that's just the game.
Yeah, Jade has 4 torches in the list. We've already seen 1 get played. He has a pair of obliterates. We've seen one of those get played, but 3 Heart of the Vaults obliterate, 3 torches still remain to try and chip away at Buford's health here. But a second Surso comes down, and Jade Phoenix luckily has a good amount of health and a torch off the top of the deck.
Yep. Yeah, I did like that play on the obliterate on the Initiate. He knew that he could set up for torches. He knew that being able to get Tavron across, it's going to be a little bit rougher.
Yeah, so Instigator, not a bad draw, though, for Croge. Would have preferred to see a bigger flying body, but still, this is okay pressure. Second blue, though, at 27. Goes for the quad block to play around Annihilate and all of that. So that'll take the Instigator off the board, but also means he loses 3 Grenadins. So if he top decks something like a Scrapper, it won't be able to get activated here.
Yeah, I think a triple block might have actually been slightly better since you're planning against the finest hour in Croge's side, and so like that's the only card that would have made a difference between 2 and 3 extra blocks.
Well,
I guess double Annihilate.
The problem.
Yeah, if there's a double Annihilate, then that is the correct block.
Yeah, or if you triple block with Hatcher, Grenadin, or something like that, the Annihilate just goes on the Hatcher, but you have a Gear Cruncher. That's why you're okay with throwing away Grenadins, because it'll reload you.
We see the Annihilate come out. That was saved specifically for that Gear Cruncher. Argenport Instigator is still a pretty good card against Grenadin, but there's a lot of Grenadin on this field, and a Suffocate means that he's now attacking in for 5 a turn, and Instigator actually provides second blue with a 2-turn clock, yeah.
Yep, and power draw step there for Croge shows the issue with this Argenport list. Once you go into top deck mode and you don't have a Tavrod in play, you are at the mercy of your deck. Sure, occasionally you'll draw. You don't have to worry about like using Carnosaur on Harbinger and that activating VAR to get back Harbinger, because there's already a Harbinger in Why Not's Void. But Skij looks like he's just opting to not play anything here, saving both of these huge 6-drops to, I guess, bring back Dawnwalkers if they die again. I think I would have liked to see a little more pressure.
Yeah, I'm not sure I love not playing the Heart of the Vault there, since not only does it draw you more threats, but it's also just a lot more aggression, which he kind of desperately needs at this point.
Yeah, so now Why Not just drew another Harbinger off the top and cleared out all these Dawnwalkers, and sure, you get to either... Now you got to Carno one of these Harbingers, bring back all these Dawnwalkers, and now Vera's going to show up, and this is what we were talking about earlier, where once Vera comes out, it's really hard for Praxis to beat that, even with the value you're getting from these Carnosaurs and Heart of the Vault.
It's especially rough because Vera can now bring back Black Sky Harbinger, which was not an available option before, but every Black Sky Harbinger just wrecks these Stonewalkers.
Or you can just go extract Vera's favor to the face and kill your opponent. And that's what we're going to see here.
There was old Feln reach strategy. Get him that big old pile of burn.
Yeah,
the Feln way.
Yeah, there was actually 2 Black Sky Harbingers in Why Not's Void, but that part doesn't matter.
Off the setback because then you don't have a blocker for the 8-1.
Yep, but the draw for turn is devastating setback, so Mr. No Time Man could fire off 2 to fully clear the board of everything if he wants to hit face with this Sky King. And seeing Harsh Rule off the wanted poster makes that decision quite a bit easier.
That's definitely correct. He gets Harsh Rule, Runehammer, and there's basically no response from second blue. I don't think there's any way that second blue can actually counter Harsh Rule into Runehammer here, so putting him down to 4 is just pretty crucial.
The only way would be if he was to play out Scrapper here and sacrifice his own Scrap Tank to gain life to get out of range. But I don't know if that's exactly an intuitive play here. You'd have to know exactly that your opponent drew another Harsh Rule. You are aware of the Rune Hammers.
Yep, and he doesn't have the Devour here, so he's just going to go ahead and rest up.
Yeah, you would have to swing with your Grenadin here, then play Scrapper, sacrifice one of your Grenadin to sell, and then sacrifice your Scrap Tank to Scrapper to play around Harsh Rule plus Runehammer here. I would be pretty surprised if second blue does all of that, but we'll see what happens.
Well, he's got enough attack to actually knock that out, so if he draws 2 cards here, I think he is outside of lethal.
And he is going to do that. Wants to play around Harsh Rule. Really, I guess just the 1 combustion cell also takes you out of range. But no, he wants more cards. Recognizes that he just wants to reload as much as possible. Really, really smart play from second blue here. We've seen it several times on camera where he knows the matchups.
Yep, so Sword of the Sky King looks good here and kills the Stone Scar Strapper, leaving him with a pretty solid weapon. He's still in a lot of trouble, but if he finds another big Grenadin pile, then he's probably good. Gear Cruncher is that pile.
Yeah, and potentially another Scrapper to try and gain him more life is more important here. You're still at 7, and you want to try and get out of range of this Sword of the Sky King or Runehammer's killing you, but your Grenadins have charge. You can kill this Sword of the Sky King, so at least you have that going for you.
Yeah, I kind of like this route for the ability to kill the Runehammer, but there is a problem here, which is that his Scrapper can't actually gain...
It can.
Oh, he's got 2 combustion cells. Fair enough.
Yep. So he'll just throw away all these Grenadin and reload the Scrapper. And this is the power of this Scrap Heap. These Grenadin having charge have been huge this game.
Very clever play from second blue. He's definitely doing exactly the right thing to stay alive here in the most frustrating manner possible.
Oh, yeah. This Grenadin deck, every time you think you can count it out, Scrapper brings it back in. It really is the Scrapper plus Gear Cruncher combo. It just is so hard to kill off this deck if they have access to both those cards. And this is sort of the Sky King number 3 that's about to go down here.
Yep, to Gear Cruncher number 3 as well. Might be number 2.
And this is going to crash in for 14 damage, if I count that right. 11 Grenadin plus the Gear Cruncher himself. So this is going to bring No Time Man very, very, very low in health.
The hefty pile. He's got the Harsh Rule, and then he's got Auric Runehammers, but at this point, second blue is drawing so many cards. He's just doing so well with the Devours that he's probably feeling pretty good about life.
Protect the draw here. Not going to do a whole lot for Mr. No Time Man, but at least he doesn't have to worry about maybe Torch on his face. But Harsh Rule comes out, Devour the response. And it feels pretty bad to hammer face here when you know your opponent can just play a charging Grenadin for every turn.
Still gets him down to 8, which is pretty crucial. If second blue decides to go for Flamestoker and no defenders, that's an out. But, another Gear Cruncher just ripped off the top. That'll be game.
Yeah, wow.
Gear Cruncher
excellently done from second blue in this match. The power of Scrap Heap really being shown off in that game. That was not winnable without that card. Combust will come out on that Impending Doom. No pause there. Now, second blue hasn't figured out that Croge has an Annihilate in hand. He has by this point, if he's been paying attention to the pauses, right? No pause on 1, but there's been a pause on 2 or more. That means Annihilate is the card in Croge's hand. But he's still got to hold back the Grenadins and go for the triple block?
There was a pause on 1. He only had 1 power open there, so that was a protect.
Well, there wasn't a pause because there is no protect.
No. I saw one, but that's fine. We've got Valkyrie Enforcer there. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not looking at Croja's hand right now, so.
Okay, yeah, no. Croach has an Annihilate and Vanquish in hand, but looks like second blue is dead. Instigator trigger +3 in the air is going to finish it off. So no scrapper that game to dig second blue out of those troubles. And Croach got there with that incredibly aggressive draw thanks to all those instigators.